What's good, guys? My name is Goodguy and welcome to week 10 of the MPL Major Pokemon League. We are against the Atlanta Braviaries this time, and currently we're in a bad spot. We are 1-8, 1 win, 8 losses. Our opponent is at 7 wins, 2 losses. So I have no hope of making the playoffs. However, we're just having fun with it. We've always been having fun with it. But today is a pretty intense game against the Atlanta Braviaries, whose coach is the Moxie Infernape. So go ahead and check him out if you haven't already. Please do that for me. Bringing typical things again with the Sock Xatu, got the Tail, Big Black. We're bringing Special Attacking Crobat again, as well as Hippowdon being Gloria. So what is he bringing? Crawdaunt, Latios, Braviary, a lot of tough things. I actually expected him to bring the Infernape. I'm pretty sure he drafted Infernape, so I was really expecting him to bring that. I actually planned a lot for the Infernape. I was terrified of Infernape, but he did not bring it. So he leads off with Gastrodon, and I'm going to go ahead and lead off with Gloria because I do want my rocks out. However, I realized that I don't really want to fight this thing with Gloria. I don't want to take a Scald right now. So I go ahead and switch out into Xatu coming up here. And the reason why this was, because I think I want to say this slug, Gastrodon, gets rocks, but I'm not actually sure. I don't remember if Gastrodon gets rocks, but I did that because I was expecting him to do that, or even maybe a Toxic. I expected him to Toxic and I wanted to bounce it back. So I take that pretty well, and I take this opportunity to start setting up some things. I actually didn't expect him to switch out. I expected him maybe to go for something else, but he goes ahead and switches out. I go ahead and set up the Tailwind. Now my whole idea with Tailwind is that Latios is super fast, and I need something to take it out, and I need to be faster than it. So my idea was bring out this, go for the Tailwind, and this is kind of a big thing about this game, because what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to paralyze the Latios, which is a huge deal. I mean, Latios being, this is Mega Latios, by the way. Latios is so fast, it pretty much outspeeds everything on my team. I don't even think I had anything that was Choice Scarfed. There was no way I was outspeeding it in the slightest. This thing could possibly sweep my entire team, but I do get the Paralyze off, which is just huge. You'll see it come into play later, how if this thing was not paralyzed, it probably would have just completely wrecked me. But we go ahead and hit this, take this Draco Meteor. We barely live it with hardly anything left, and maybe we do die. No, we live, and now he has a special attack drop, and the Sandstorm is actually going to kill Xatu. However, he's paralyzed, has a special attack drop. I know he's going to switch out. We do have the Tailwind up, so I am going to go into Sock here because I think that's the best play. I think Sock, having the banded close combat, is the best play. Anything that wants to come in is not going to want to take a close combat. Even his Aromatisse, I knew that banded Sock, with the amount of attack damage he has, close combat was going to chunk it. And you're going to see here that it is pretty much a 2-hit KO, so that's pretty awesome. I don't know if he could have actually saved this thing. I actually think he might have. I think if he would have switched in Latios, Latios might have been able to take it pretty well. Could he have done more damage? Like, could he have stayed in and survived another one? I'm not sure. I don't know if it would have done half. I have no idea, but I don't know. I think he might have been able to save this thing. Not really sure. So that's gonna go ahead and go down, which is awesome, and it totally works for us because, like I said, I had Tailwind up, and that was kind of the strategy here. It was like Tailwind plus a Sock with Choice Band is just way too powerful to pass up. It's a super awesome combo. Go ahead and bring out Magneton. I'm gonna go ahead, expect the Thunderbolt, and switch out into Gloria. Now I'm wondering if he should have went for the Flash Cannon here, because he does go for the Thunderbolt. Flash Cannon might have been a better option here, because I think it hits everything on my team for neutral at least, and it's super effective on Kyurem. But yeah, so he goes ahead and switches out and brings in Crawdaunt as I go for the Stealth Rocks. I decided this is probably a good time to set up Stealth Rocks, so why not? Even though Stealth Rocks doesn't do a lot to his team except for Braviary. Now I think he expected me to switch out here, but I do not. I decide that I actually predicted him to go for the Swords Dance, and I just went for Earthquake because I was like, why not? I know it's going to do a good amount of damage to this thing, so let's just go for it. Gloria hits hard. Even uninvested, Gloria hits hard, especially to Crawdaunt, but I do get a crit, and I think this crit mattered a lot. I actually don't know. He actually goes for Aqua Jet here, which I'm not sure. I was wondering why he didn't go for Crab Hammer, because Crab Hammer would have definitely taken me out, and he is faster, so that was kind of weird to me. Maybe he didn't have it. I don't know. But it does go down. I think that crit mattered, because if that wasn't for that crit, I would not get this free Slack Off, and he would have not died there, and we would have had to have gone for another Earthquake instead of the Slack Off. But I knew he was going to die from it anyways, from the Life Orb, plus the what's it called? What's it called? It's called something. Life Orb plus Sandstorm. It's on the screen right now. There it is. And Gloria, though, Gloria is a proud hippo. Can you imagine if hippos in real life could just earthquake everything? They would not be. I don't think hippos are endangered, but they definitely would not be endangered if they could cause earthquakes. So he's gonna go ahead and bring out Gastrodon. I'm gonna eat up this Scald really well. Big Black, being that dragon typing, is gonna really. I think ice resistant too. Is it 4 times resistant? I'm not sure. I don't. Maybe not. But I don't know Pokemon at all. So Big Black is gonna use Ice Beam here. I knew that a Draco Meteor wasn't going to kill. So I was like, okay, well I can just go for an Ice Beam and then go for a Draco Meteor, and I'm pretty sure that'll kill. So that's what we ended up doing. He does go for the Toxic just so he can get some residual damage on us, which is not a bad idea. Definitely a good thing for him to do against us. And excuse me, and then we're gonna go for Draco Meteor here, and it hits, luckily, thankfully. I actually got really lucky this game. I mean, paralyzing the Latios, getting those stealth rocks, no, not the stealth, but getting that crit with the Earthquake, and then hitting our Draco Meteors. Like, everything kind of was working out for us in this game, which is really good. I mean, that definitely, I mean, that's kind of what Pokemon's about. I mean, I've had games earlier where things just don't go as planned. Goes in and bring out Magneton. I actually am afraid of taking a Steel attack, and I still have Gloria out, so I was like, okay, well, Gloria's still here. I'm just gonna bring in Gloria, and Gloria can go for the Earthquakes or the Stone Edges. So I bring out Gloria. He does go for the Flash Cannon, as you're gonna see. Set up the Sandstorm. I don't think Sandstorm really does anything. I think Sandstorm only does special defense raise if you're a Rock type. Not sure about that either, but we are gonna go ahead and take it pretty nicely. It's not a 2-hit KO, it's a 3-hit KO. Which is great. So he's gonna actually withdraw, and me expecting him to withdraw, I go ahead and just go for the Stone Edge. I figured he was gonna bring out Latios, and I go for the Stone Edge. I don't really need Gloria anymore. Whoops, that's my phone. I'm not really worried about losing Gloria anymore. Like, Gloria doesn't need to deal with anything anymore. I have answers to his Magneton. I am fairly confident Big Black could take one Flash Cannon. Not really quite sure about it exactly. Not on the Switch, definitely not on the Switch. But even if he couldn't, I did have Crobat in the back, and Gothitelle I think could have handled it as well. My Gothitelle I think was Choice Specs, so it would have been able to do as much damage as it needed to do. I go ahead and live that Grass Knot just barely. God, Gloria is so amazing. Gloria is just such a big, huge wall they can take. I don't even think this Gloria is special attack invested, so that is impressive for her to take it that well. But he's gonna, and we're a hippo. I mean, we weigh a lot. That should have killed. But go ahead and I keep going for the Stone Edges here. Definitely that crit, like I said, mattered because I would not have been able to get all this extra damage off on them if I wasn't free to use Slack Off. So we're gonna get that regeneration again. Gonna eat those leftovers. So delicious. I love it. Gonna go with that Flash Cannon, and Flash Cannon from this range is gonna take us out, which isn't a problem here. I'm actually gonna go ahead and bring out Sock in this situation, and Sock has a few options here. Sock could go for the close combat, but I figured he, after seeing me go straight for the close combat before, he's gonna predict it and he's gonna bring out Latios. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna go for Knockoff because Knockoff hits the rest of his team for neutral damage at least. So let's just do that, and super effective on Latios. So go for the Knockoff. Great, fantastic. Latios is dead. That paralyzed, poor Latios, man. If that thing was not paralyzed, this would have been a whole different fight. Really got lucky with Xatu doing that. Maybe he just didn't expect it to happen. Maybe he expected him to kill me in one hit. Not really sure, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and knock off this Choice Band off this Braviary. If this thing were Choice Scarfed, which I've seen people run before, that would have been a whole nother thing. My burp definitely would have been dead without a second thought. But I did have Gothitelle, and I think Gothitelle could have been able to take one hit and hit it with a Psychic, or I think I had Thunderbolt on it as well. So still a big deal though. That goes down. Then I bring out Big Black, and I believe at this point I still have Gothitelle and I still have Crobat. So he's got Magneton, and so it's 1 versus 3 here, which poor Magneton. Man, Magneton, I mean, it's pretty much 3v3 because Magneton is like 3 magnets, am I right? So he goes for a Flash Cannon, and I was pretty scared, but we do eat it up. Yeah, we ate it. Yeah, we ate it. We loved it. At 10 HP, and we go ahead and go for the Earth Power, which is gonna be 4 times effective and take him out. So what does that mean for us? We are 2-8 in the league, which is amazing. I mean, 2 wins and 8 losses. That is really sad. One thing I attribute it to, and I will talk about this later in a future video about this league, and what I've learned, this is my first league, is that I drafted very poorly. I mean, I got things that just were really dumb. Like, I could have drafted way better, and I chose not to. So very strange of me to do that. But I'm in another league now too, so and maybe one more. So I'm definitely learning as I'm going. So give me time, I will bring it back. The Las Vegas Victinis are not dead yet. So go ahead and check out Moxie Infernape. Like I said, I think he has a very good chance of making the playoffs at 7-3. So he's still in a good area. I definitely am not. I'm definitely not. I think I'm out of the running, but that's okay. That's fine. We're gonna keep doing our matches and not caring. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. My name is Goodguy, and that is GG.